What up, y'all? It's Alex. We're doing Anxi, I think that's how you say it, by Owens featuring Hval. I love this track. It's very cool. It has such a gorgeous situation happening at the beginning in particular. So let's get started with this arrangement breakdown. We're going to have this cool bass line going. It sounds like it's got a little delay on it. Let's hear that. And so we get that twice, and now let's add some drums. So we have this little, it might even just be a low tom, but I just wrote kick, and then another tom here. And that are just adding some percussion to the game. This does sound like an 808 kick, but yeah. Okay, so let's pause. You'll notice right here we get a really big change. But before that big change, we're still just kind of increasing energy on the original bass line and the original vibe established here. So again, we do that by adding some drums. And then you can start to hear, it's kind of cool, you can hear, I think around here, her voice on the audio already happening. And then it slowly, this till I run in part just comes into volume, increases in volume. And then you have this additional percussion sound coming in, and perhaps another tom as well. Yeah, you can hear her breathing right there. You might need headphones for that, or just to listen really closely. Alright, this is my favorite. This is why I listen to the track, because of this part right here. It's so good. Straight up. Alright, what happens here? Why is this cool? So a lot of things change. First off, the bass line changes. The notes should actually be different too. I just marked it as green. So we're having a change in bass line. It seems like it goes a little bit higher. And then we have the introduction of some vocals, some different vocals rather than Till I Run In. We have the time was da da right here. And notice we also have another vocal behind it, these really pretty harmonies going on. So the main thing's going, time was happening. I think that's what the words are, I'm not sure. And then notice, just listen for this other one coming in. Now we have the two vocal lines happening at the same time. Then we have some strings coming into the game. Really cool strings. And that's about it. That's about it. So let's listen to this whole section, and we'll see where we go from there.
Always feel it the romantic.
So now we're going back into the vibes that we established at the beginning. The bass line's lower again. And we're kind of out of this super floaty, dreamy part, and we're kind of going back to a little more grounded part. The vocal becomes more forward in the mix. It's less airy and atmospheric, more just in your face, kind of bring us back down to earth after floating for a little bit. Yeah, so let's just listen to this section.
Always feel it the romantic. I did Baroque badly. I had come to believe firmly in reality, and keeping it together, keeping
This part's so good, right? So like I said, the vocal becomes more in your face. I just wanted to note that you still get some little background vocals here, this little like brought back thing.
I did Baroque badly.
I did
Baroque badly. I had come to believe firmly in reality and keeping it.
You know, just adding a little layers to the game. I made these chunks a different color because I feel like the string has some volume and it fades a little bit, then comes back up, then fades a little bit, then comes back up and fades a little bit, etc., etc., just to show that that's happening. And it's kind of cool. You know, maybe if you have a part of your track with some pads or strings in it, consider volume automation if it's appropriate. And then it's pretty short. It's a pretty short section. So I'm having some almonds right now, roasted, unsalted, and basically at the end of this little vocal passage, it's gonna go up higher, kind of starting to sing.
Narrative of
Versus here, it's kind of more like spoken sounding.
in reality.
Actually, no. I don't know if I feel that way. It's kind of still something being sung, for sure. But here it gets a little more full on.
This is the narrative of reality.
Let's just say this. In this section here, we have a very different vocal delivery than over here and over here. And by the end of this section, it starts to kind of morph into this new one, which makes sense because we're going back to that thing.
Narrative of reality.
Okay, so we get pretty similar to what just happened over here, except now we get it for twice as long, which is great, because, again, I just love this part so much. Vocal harmonies happening, you know, not much else to see here. At this point, we're going to now go into, like, a whole new section. Well, it's sort of like maybe you could call it a bridge. We're just going to end on it. I don't know. We'll call it a jam. We're going to end in this whole new section. We're going to do this new kick that's more just like full on, 4 to the floor, has more umph. There was some cool, like, sounds like some pitch shifting on those vocals to end it too. We're coming into a bit of a jam, and we got that kick going. Now we're going to get a little bell going, and now we're going to get a new bass line. That's kind of this wonky, melodic, wonky wonk thing. Things are modulating. The bass line's modulating. You can hear a lot of filter action going on, where it's filters opening and closing, so we're getting different frequencies on the notes. Sounds like we're getting some reverb added to the delayed bell. Versus here. Hear how dry that is compared to this? Or compared to this? So as this jam continues, it's basically going to just start swirling into itself and, like, delaying all over the place and just feeling like this swell. It would have taken me a lot longer than I wanted to do to, like, really find out every exact thing that's happening. But essentially, you're swelling. We're just grooving on this thing, coming into, like, this swirly situation that's eventually just kind of going to morph into itself and you know, have a bit of a little climax. Though I do think that To me, this is the most emotional part, but we're not talking about that part anymore. All right, so let's just keep listening. All right, so some things I noted. By the way, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Patreon. There's a Patreon now. Link in the description. If you want the project files to this thing, go ahead and email me. Pre-save the new response track coming out. It's coming out on March 23rd, 2021. And if you're watching this after that date, go listen to it. It's called Sitting at Home by Alex Wilcox, who is me. Cool. All right, so this last section, like I said, we kind of just go into a groove. And lots of modulation on the bass line, lots of modulation on the delayed bell. The vocals, I think they start getting more and more effects. Let's see. You do have a fair amount of reverb and some auto pan going on. Maybe a little more auto pan than normal towards this part versus the beginning. Yeah, these toms that come in are cool. Doop, doop, doop. They have a little delay on them. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to just go into everything, but it's essentially we're getting lots of verb. See that? Lots of delays. This bass line starts like rolling over itself. So I put delayed as hell. It's just like falling all over itself. And that's about it. That's the track. Love it. Yeah. Tell me what tracks you want me to do next. Hope you have a good day. Listen to this track. It's cool. And that's what I got. That's what I got. All right. Kelly Lee Owens, Anxi. Thanks for watching. Peace.